It's your favorite Loke, especially after I done spoke. Support the real again. Get rid of the fake, the F you to the industry. How do you fight back? It's simple. All you got to do is just press subscribe, then join the movement over there on Instagram at CEDDYNASH. One word. That's where you and I can stay in contact. Plus, I'm going to like your pictures and all that. We had 75,000, so we done maxed. But when I can, I'm going to follow you back. To the crew, that's the truth. With the visionaries. Let's get into it. I'm going to tell y'all something, all right? And I want y'all to just listen before you get pissed off at me, before you become supportive, right? I'm pro-military. I am. And I know that the military has done a lot of bad. I know. We've caused wars. We done created insurgencies. We done destabilized countries. All of this stuff. We even got rid of some of our own people, right, with the military. But the humanitarian efforts, the quick to respond to everything, the disasters and stuff that the military responds to, that rarely, if ever, gets talked about. It's true. It's true. Kurt Angle voice, right? So, there is one person to blame, right? I'm going to run this clip. Watch this.
The United States military, our coalition partners, and the Syrian Democratic Forces have liberated virtually all of the territory previously held by ISIS in Syria and Iraq. It should be formally announced sometime, probably next week, that we will have 100% of the caliphate. But I want to wait for the official word. I don't want to say it too early. Over the past 2 years, we have retaken more than 20,000 square miles of land. We have secured one battlefield. And we've had victory after victory after victory and retaken both Mosul and Raqqa. We have eliminated more than 60-mile high-value ISIS leaders, so we have if you look at the ISIS leaders of the 60 top, we've eliminated almost every one of them. Now, they reform, we know that, but they're having a hard time reforming, and I wouldn't say it's a great job to have because of us. Thanks to the global coalition, including all of you here today, and to our other partners, the ISIS caliphate has been decimated. Nobody thought it was possible to do it this quickly. Critically, ISIS also now lacks a significant territorial base from which to launch terrorist attacks against other countries, recruit foreign fighters, and spread havoc across the region. Their land is gone. It's a big factor. Their land is gone.
Now, what Trump tried to convince people of is that, better yet, I don't even want to do it. Let me let him do it.
Have you let others see it?
Have you reversed your policy in Syria?
No, we're in Syria. We're leaving 200 people there and 200 people in another place in Syria, closer to Israel, for a period of time. I brought this out for you because this is a map of everything in the red. This was on election night in 2016. Everything red is ISIS. When I took it over, it was a mess. Now, on the bottom, that's the exact same. There is no red. In fact, there's actually a tiny spot which will be gone by tonight. So that's ISIS, red right there. And the bottom one is how it is today. This just came out 20 minutes ago. So this is ISIS on election day, my election day, and this is ISIS now. So that's the way it goes.
Now, with rhetoric like that, you would think ISIS was defeated and that we would have no attack like we had yesterday. But am I blaming Donald Trump? Hold on, watch this clip.
Ago went against what the president has said. The president claimed in December ISIS has been defeated in Syria. Here is how the director of national intelligence sees it.
While ISIS is nearing territorial defeat in Iraq and Syria, the group has returned to its guerrilla warfare roots while continuing to plot attacks and direct its supporters worldwide. ISIS is intent on resurging and still commands thousands of fighters in Iraq and Syria.
Big story today with President Trump saying he's considering a full military withdrawal from Syria. Now, there are around 2,000 U.S. troops on the ground there. The commander-in-chief with a tweet on this topic this morning. We'll put it up on the screen for you. He says, "We have defeated ISIS in Syria. My only reason for being there during the Trump presidency." Peter Brooks joins us, Heritage Foundation Senior Fellow and former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense. Now, as you know, Peter, throughout the day, the president's really been hearing it from all sides, including from those in his own party. So let me just start with his own premise there.
Okay.
From what you know, have we defeated ISIS, or has ISIS been defeated in Syria?
I think largely so. But I still think there ISIS exists in Syria today and Iraq. The numbers are, fuzzy, and obviously you and I are outside of government, so we rely on things we hear from them. I've heard numbers of, 2,000 or something along this line, and we've been putting additional pressure on them recently. And it also depends, Connell, how you define defeat, right? So, like I said, I think it's largely the caliphate's down to 1% of the territory that it held. It's not a caliphate any longer. I shouldn't have said caliphate, but ISIS doesn't hold the territory it once did. It's on its back foot. The concern is going forward.
Do they come back? Mount a comeback?
Right. We got to remember, we have to think about what happened in Iraq in 2011. President Obama left. And al-Qaeda in Iraq became ISIS, and we remember how horrible it was in 2015, and with ISIS and at its peak of power, I would say, and then afterwards. So this is something we have to be concerned about. But I'm looking forward to hearing more from the administration on this. I mean, a lot of people are breathless to make judgments. Right. I want to hear more, and I think the administration owes us more information about their strategy going forward, or what they're calling the next phase.
Yeah, and those that are, breathless, to use your term, include, as I said earlier, many in the president's own party, whether it's Marco Rubio, outgoing Senator Bob Corker, says his White House meeting earlier this afternoon was actually called off. And, of course, maybe most notably, the senator from South Carolina, Lindsey Graham. Listen to what he had to say earlier, and then we'll talk about it. Here's Lindsey Graham.
And we need partners. So if we pull out of Syria now, the conditions do not warrant it, in my view. We're exposing a valuable ally to a lot of damage. We're giving a boost to ISIS to regenerate. And above all else, this is going to be seen by Iran as us being weak.
On that last point, we talked about the regeneration of ISIS already. On that last point, this is going to be seen by Iran as us, the United States, being weak. What do you say to that?
Well, it depends. I mean, the perception is in Tehran, right? We can try to shape that, but they're going to perceive what they want to perceive. There are risks here. There's no question about it, and that's why I think the administration owes us more information on the strategy going forward. He didn't mention Russia, and he may have in another part of that clip.
Yeah.
Russia's another issue. Bashar al-Assad, the president of Syria, staying in power. He's used chemical weapons against his own people. Basis for the Russians, Iranian presence, the movement of weapons through Syria to places like Lebanon and the Gaza Strip. There's a lot of concerns here. It's very complicated. Our NATO ally, Turkey, with the relationship with them. So there's a lot of things. So I'm looking forward to the administration laying out a case as to why they made this decision.
Had a call, right, with Erdogan of Turkey recently, and that maybe played into this. On your point about Russia, they love it, right? This move was praised in the Russian state media today, criticized at home by people like Lindsey Graham. Even that, in and of itself, if you knew nothing else, that's kind of a strange position for the president to be in.
Yeah, that's why I think it would have been better if they perhaps rolled out the strategy with the decision, as opposed to rolled out the decision without the strategy. I mean, they have one internally, I'm sure, but I think, myself and you and the Congress and the American people are very anxious to hear more about this. So I hope they'll have more information for us in the near future.
Okay, so bottom line, we need to hear more from the White House, and we'll see if we will. Peter Brooks, always good to see you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, no, I'm not blaming Trump. No, because from the rip, we knew Trump was lying. We knew it. We did significant damage, but under No circumstance am I under the guise that we defeated ISIS. So who do you blame, Nash? This dickhead.
To those who carried out this attack, as well as anyone who wishes America harm, know this: we will not forgive. We will not forget. We will hunt you down and make you pay. I will defend our interests and our people with every measure at my command. The situation on the ground is still evolving, and I'm constantly being updated. These American service members who gave their lives, it's an overused word, but it's totally appropriate here, were heroes. Heroes who've been engaged in a dangerous, selfless mission to save the lives of others. They're a part of an airlift, an evacuation effort unlike any seen in history, with more than 100,000 American citizens, American partners, Afghans who helped us, and others taken to safety in the last 11 days. Jill and I, our hearts ache, like I'm sure all of you do as well, for all those Afghan families who lost loved ones, including small children, or have been wounded in this vicious attack. And we're outraged as well as heartbroken. We will not be deterred by terrorists. We will not let them stop our mission. We will continue the evacuation. I've also ordered my commanders to develop operational plans to strike ISIS-K assets, leadership, and facilities. We will respond with force and precision at our time, at the place we choose, in the moment of our choosing.
When you leave a house, is it not up to you to inspect anything? When you leave a house and you decide that we don't have this in the cupboard and that in the cupboard, and we ain't got no knives, and we don't have this, and we don't have cameras around here, and if I went and got something to eat and I sat it on the goddamn counter and it was ants and roaches that came up and got it, that's who I blame. Because you're full withdrawal. You've been in the White House since January the 6th. You've been planning on this since December. So it's your fault. 8 months into it, it's your fault. I don't care about the deal that Trump struck with them. I don't care. Just like how I got on Trump's ass about saying that the cupboards were bare and we didn't have any ventilators. That is your fault. Bush, Obama, they've been speaking about a big ass virus coming. This always happens. And for all y'all who want to talk about government created, viruses and everything like that, I just want you to please go look up the bubonic plague and then tell me which government created that one, okay? And then we'll go from there. If we had a real deal with the Taliban, which I think it was not, I think it was a lie. But if we were conversing with the Taliban, why were they not there on the front lines with our people on the gates, in the gates, all of that stuff and everything like that? Now, we'll learn about more. Now, if I'm wrong and ISIS held the line, I mean, not ISIS, but the Taliban held the line, and ISIS somehow got through there and blew it up, then that's a full apology. But I doubt that happened. So our deal with the Taliban was to make sure that our people got out safely. That was our deal. That was a deal by Trump. But I don't give a damn. I don't trust them. And why would Joe Biden trust them? And for Trump acting like it's going to be fire and brimstone and blah, 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 calling for resignation, bro, you should have resigned with the bullshit that you did in Syria. That's politics as usual. But if anybody's going to get the blame, it is the man in charge that was elected by the people, by a fair election, a secure election. This is your fault. And as I told y'all before, I think that Joe Biden will not be running for a second term. I think he is a one-term president, and he's going to abdicate after that. That's what I believe. It's just certain moves that he's doing that I just say, man, this don't seem like nobody who wants to be in for a second term. Like voting rights. 43 states have suppressed the hell out of the vote some more. And if you think this is all about some voter ID shit, you are sadly mistaken. And you are stupid. Or naive. Or maybe both. But it is Joe Biden's fault. God bless the troops. Because Lord knows somebody need to bless them. Because this dickhead we got in office ain't doing it. And if y'all mad at me for coming down on Joe Biden, you must don't know about me. Yeah, no, I'm fair. And I'm going to keep it a stack bundle with y'all. I did not grow up on no goddamn Democratic ideals, even though I grew up in California. But that don't matter none. Because I'm straight up. I'm straight down the middle. I'm fair and I'm unbiased, especially when it comes to politics. Did Trump need to leave office? You goddamn right he did. Does Joe Biden need to leave office after this? It's leaning more towards like, hell yeah, he did. He does. Because you got a bunch of people that is around him that are not doing what they're supposed to do. You got weak-ass judges that Trump put in. Trump put in 300 federal judges out of 800. We just had a plot to kidnap and murder the Michigan governor, and one of the dudes involved in it only got 6 years. Now, unless he turned his belly up and just gave up and snitched on everybody, that's insane. That man should be sitting in prison for the rest of his life. And that's what I'm talking about. Sympathizers. If I threaten to kill and plot to kidnap a governor, you would never see me again. Guaranteed. And if not that, at least a good 20 years. But we got videos dropping. More than likely tonight we'll be going live. We'll be going live. Y'all enjoy y'all day. I'll probably hit you with another one in about 30 minutes. Y'all expect me to keep it real? Because you know that I will. I do this daily, baby. Check out the Nightly Nash podcast. Also, stream the music, Steady Nash, if you have not. It's on all streaming platforms. Guaranteed you're going to find something you like. Probably like that overly thugging freestyle. Or maybe something different. Let me know in the comments. We possibly shoot that music video. Oh, you want to learn how to win that free Xbox or PlayStation or concert tickets? Or just a gift card in general? Simple. Be an active subscriber. What does that mean? The more you like, the more you comment, the more you share these videos, the higher your chances are increased to win. Simple. We're going to give away that specific item that you choose at 60,000 subscribers. That's 60. Make sure you increase your chances to win. This is free to y'all. It's only costing me. And I'm going to personally deliver it to you. How you like the sound of that? Cool? Catch you at the next video. Check out the previous videos too.